New York City is the busiest place on earth.
There's so many time pressures.
You get up, you work, go out to meet your friends, and by the time you come home, you're already going back to work.
It's a 24-hour city.
The hours that people work, the jobs that they have, it's a very demanding city.
Who has the time or the second to connect to anything Jewish?
Every Jew needs to feel connected. They must have some place they can call their Jewish home. Here in Midtown, there aren't many places you can call my Jewish home. The JC is that place.
We want to create a place in the hustle and the bustle of Midtown Manhattan that's an oasis for people to get out of the busy work week and to come here and to turn off all the other things that are going on in their life and to tune into Judaism. We want to create an atmosphere that's open, that's warm, that's accepting, and we want people to feel like, you know, I can come here for a class, I can come here to try and meet people, I can come here just to like chill out, you know, it's been a crazy day. And we want to be here for people in all aspects.
We are here to try to break the mold that's been set up and try to get people out of the ideas they grew up with about their Judaism and show them there's a whole spiritual and communication of Judaism and Torah they can instill in their lives.
We are a filter for people to connect to a rich, beautiful, and warm heritage that's rightfully theirs.
People feel they're coming to a genuine environment of sincere people that want to enjoy and want to grow together.
I'm a producer for HBO. I work on Sopranos, I work on Sex and the City, 6 Feet Under, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Basically any show or program on HBO, I've worked on it. I produce those commercials. I work 60-hour weeks minimum, a lot of times 70-hour weeks. Midtown Manhattan is a desert. And there's so many Jewish people there that for the JC to open up shop there, it's like the most genius thing, and it's a place where they can be extremely successful. Because there's so many people there looking to connect, whether they know it yet or not. You can walk in knowing this much or knowing nothing, and you will connect there. You will connect to the people, you'll connect to what they're teaching, what they're saying, and that environment.
We believe that every Jewish soul needs to connect to another Jewish soul. There's thousands and thousands of Jews out there. Here in Midtown Manhattan, we have at least 40,000 Jews. They need to meet and connect. We at the JC become that connection. We are the connecting point for them to connect to each other and them to connect to their heritage and really so that they can connect to themselves.
It's just the most amazing time in my life. I just think how lucky we are that we are having a wedding with the traditions of Judaism. The chuppah and the actual ceremony itself and the meaning behind the traditions in preparation for the wedding and during the wedding and after the wedding and just explaining things even as I'm learning them to my family. It's like the wedding has taken on a whole new proportion and a whole new sense of importance.
There's an idea in Jewish thought that everyone has a mission that's unique to them and everyone needs to have a soulmate to help them realize that mission. We're here not only to help them find their soulmate, but to help them build a marriage and a life and have children who are going to fulfill their mission in this world.
My grandparents were religious before the war in Hungary and Romania. And I believe that everything that they prayed for at their Shabbos candles, everything they dreamed of for their kids and their children to be, I feel like now I'm finally living that life. And I've started the link and the connection to Judaism all over again. And I think with the JC, they've taught me how to live that life. My grandmothers are no longer around to do that. Seeing their families and seeing these women and the way that they bring up their kids, now I know how to be a mother and how to raise kids that will be protected but not ignorant and will have a connection to Judaism and have a connection to their identity and to the people and the traditions of their people. The bottom line for me is the JC has changed my life, and it's given me such a strong connection to my Jewish identity and such a sense of pride in Judaism and in my heritage that I otherwise never would have had.
My background is in the entertainment industry. I worked for Steven Spielberg in the Shoah Foundation. I was on Saved by the Bell. I did The Equalizer, movie Quick Change. I wanted to use my talents, my creative ability, my strengths to create a place that is going to speak to people in their 20s and their 30s, Jews of all backgrounds, that will make Judaism something that they could take home and something that they could bring into their lives.
In college, I was a Jewish stand-up comedian, and then later in life, I became a rabbi. I try very much to bring those two things together, and I try to invest in all my programs and all my classes some element of Jewish humor to liven things up a little bit. We have an event at a bar, and I'll sit down next to them, I'll order a beer, and they'll get schmoozing with me, say, "What do you do?" And I say, "Well, I'm the rabbi of the JC." And I always get that kind of look, and then they kind of relax because I'm drinking with them, and we schmooze, and we get strike up a relationship. That's a great thing. That's a communication of Judaism they may have never had their entire lives.
Judaism is very current, it's very real, it's very here, it's very now, and it's very much a part of your life today. And we show them.
I was thinking maybe everyone would like to just share what the ideal client, I mean, we could just open up to everybody. But
Michael Bromberg is a successful executive at UBS Payne Rebbe, and he started to attend our programs and enjoy them so much, he even started a networking group that meets here at the JEC once every 2 weeks.
The meeting, doesn't start off business, starts out with, a moral, ethical approach to business, and that's what we teach.
And the Minot represents that flame, that I can give and give and give, yet I still retain what I started off with. That in business and life and family relationships, we should all give to others, but retain our own sense of identity and our own spirituality.
I'm someone that had not a tremendous background. I went to Hebrew school, I was bar mitzvahed, and I sort of left it at that. I wanted to, let's say, learn a little bit more about my heritage and my background. I was introduced to the Jewish Enrichment Center. They provide an open forum. You can really ask them questions. I wanted to learn about why do we fast on Yom Kippur, or why do we